Dear applicants, you can see there the total maximum points for the PPST COIS as well as the NCOIS. So, gone are the days we have interview, we have examination to be given by the BEIs, BEA, no, Bureau of Education Assessment, but this time it is much focused on the classroom observation, which is 35 points as well as 25 points for the teacher reflection form. Sige. Now, so it was already mentioned and explained by Dr. Derold on the computation of your LET or PBET, no? So you can see there. Next. Okay? Sige. Now, so, what are the rubrics, no, for the 35 points for the classroom observation indicators as well as the non-classroom observable indicators? So, it was mentioned again by Dr. Darrell that this time we will be using the PPST, no, Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers. We've been using this one for the past 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, for the past 8 years, no? So, as part of DepEd's overall strategic HR framework and direction on competency-based HR, teacher hiring shall now be based on the demonstration of expected competences and professional standards as stipulated or defined in the PPST. So there will be select indicators are featured measuring the proficiency levels of beginning towards proficient. So not all of the indicators will be used when you will be demonstrating. No, there will only be selected indicators out of the 7 or 9 36, more than 30 plus indicators, no? Okay. Now, what are the PPST RSP indicators? So there will be 9, no? Out of 30 plus indicators, only 9 PPST-based objectives in the RSP, no, will be used. Out of these 9, 5 are classroom observable. So we will be seeing this one during your demonstration. And four for non-classroom observable. Now, we will see all the kaning sa check karon are all the classroom observable indicators. You have there 7 domains in the PPST, 3 from domain 1. Maybe you will be asking, unsa ka nang naa sa domain 1? 1.1, 1.4, 1.5, and in domain 2, 4, 4.1, and 5.1. So, 5 siya. Under the non-observable classroom observation, non-classroom observable, 4, which is 2 from domain 6 and 2 also from domain 7. 6.1, 6.3, 7.2, and 7.3. Now, next. Now, this will be our 5 domains. First, you have there 1.1. Actually, domain 1 is on content and pedagogy. No? So we will be measuring to you your knowledge on your respective major as well as the different pedagogies or strategies that you will be using. So 1.1 is apply knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. So when we speak of curricula across curriculum, if you're teaching science, we will be observing you how you can relate this one to the different subjects. Maybe in mathematics, in English, in music, or in Filipino. No? 1.4 is the use a range of teaching strategies. No? Gone are the days that the teacher will say, copy the board. Actually, copy the writings on the board. No, this time. So considering the kind of learners that you have, you will be employing different strategies that will help the learners understand your presentation. Next is 1.5, apply a range of teaching strategies, again, to develop critical and creative thinking, as well as other higher order thinking skills. So your way of giving question, your way of giving a formative test or summative test, no? With the different strategies that you will be using on your demonstration. Another indicator is 4.1, plan, manage, and implement developmentally sequence teaching and learning process to meet curriculum requirements and varied teaching contexts. So, how are you going to plan, implement the sequencing of your teaching and learning processes. Next, 5.1 is you have to design, select, organize, and use diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies consistent with the curriculum requirements. So in other words, 5 domain is more on assessment. Remember, there are many ways to assess our learners. It's not just paper and pencil test. So, amo ng pangitaon during your what is this demonstration. So you consider to be assessed through classroom observation, demonstration teaching by the HRPSB or the subcommittee. So you will be expecting 3 members of the subcommittee who will be observing you. I expect them a supervisor, a principal, a master teacher. So, ana siya ang mag-observe sa inyo. Now, so the same also with the iPad teachers. The only difference is that they include 3.5 as well as the Amora. The only difference is the 3.5, no, for the iPad. Still, the process is the same. Now, for the PPST non-classroom observable indicators. So, in other words, more on the teacher reflection form, an essay, no? So, this is based on these 4 indicators. 6.1 is maintain learning environments that are responsive to community context. So, more on environment, no, of our learners. Learning environment that you will have to respond the context of that particular, maybe you will be assigning in the different areas, no? How are you going to maintain learning environment? Second, review regularly personal teaching practice using existing laws and regulation that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So, teaching practices, especially on the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Ato na siyang tanaw, no, on that area. Adopt practices that hold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude, no? We will try to see what is your ideas on how are we going to care, respect, and integrity, no? So we have a new mantra of our CDO, DepEd Cagayan de Oro. Competence, diligence, and outstanding integrity. Next, 7.3 is to participate in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance experience. We keep on hearing that education will start from the home and end with the home. So as a teacher, we have to always improve ourselves, no, by way of professional networking. So what is your idea on this? Now, so I'll be sharing to you the RSP evaluative assessment tools. So this will be our assessment tools. Under the classroom observable objectives, there will be 3 forms that our observer will be using. First, the observation notes form, no? Actually, you can see this in Deped Order number 7, series of 2023. Observation notes. Kana ang gamiton sa mga mag-observe sa inyo from the very start of your presentation up to the end. Okay. The rating sheet. So, naadi ay mga indicators for us to give points. From the highest points is 6. So, since there are five indicators, if you will multiply that one, 5 times 6 is 30, which is the weighted average, no? Under the classroom observation. Total number of, 35 points. Ako lang ipakita later. And the enter observer agreement form. We will be using this one, excuse me. The enter observer agreement form will be used because gone are the days that we will have to get the average. This time, we will have to convene and have a deliberation on our rating. And we will use this sheet, no? Enter observer agreement form. Later, ako nang ipakita sa inyo. And this is the form to be used for the teacher reflection form. Kani siya. Duha ang gamito nato. And with this, since this is essay coming from you, we will base our points by rating by the use of rubrics. Ingana man gina sa rubrics. Okay. Now, this will be the rubrics for computation of PPST classroom observable indicators. So, you have there COT rating, applicants' final rating obtained in the demonstration of COIS as reflected in the COT RSP kanisya, no? Kanang enter observer agreement form. Muna siya ang gamito, no? As I've said, 5 siya, but the rating total highest number is 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. And then 30 is the highest possible score. Muna akong giingon. Then the weighted allocation for COI is 35. So for example, si Apple kaganina as one of the example applicants presented by Doc Daron got the classroom observation of 20 and then divided by 30, which is the highest possible score, times the weighted average of 35, Apple got 23.33 points out of 35 points. So, mauna ang iyaang rating. Okay. Now, for TRF, no? Points. So, you can see there, the highest possible score is 20. Okay, remember, pila ganito siya 4. 4 siya ang indicators and the score and the highest score to be given is 5. So 5 times 4 is 20. So illustrative example. Apple got 14, no, for the TRF rating given by the observer. Divided by 20 times 25, Apple got 17.5 points out of pila to siya 25. Sige. So, yeah. So, this will be the note to be considered by the HRMPSB. No? May recommend to our school's division superintendent, who is the head of office. Sige. So, as I've mentioned a while ago, these are the members of the subcommittee, our learning area experts, have in-depth understanding of the PPST, are trained COT, so kinsa man ni sila, our master teachers, our head teachers, our school heads, our public schools district supervisors, as well as our education program supervisors. Okay. Sige. So, you were informed that the cutoff score this time is 50 points to be placed you as one of the RQA, no? Registered qualified applicants, no? Sige, next. Mao na siya ang inyong makita once you will be one of those qualified applicants. Okay. So, I will proceed. Di na lang ta mag-activity. Sa reflection, nag-thank you na ko ay isa pa. Okay, this one. Backup slides. Now, we'll go to the pre-observation protocols. Na-mention na ni Nako, no? Na naani siya. These are the following members of the subcommittee. Okay. Subcommittees must be composed each either 3 or 2 or 3. In fact, we have 5 members this time in a subcommittee. So, single observer shall not be allowed. So, walay mag-single nga mag-observe sa inyo. It's either be 2 or 3. And then, so, kato akong ipakita kaganina, observers to review the COT-RSP rubric and forms. Kato akong ipakita sa inyo. So, we will be bringing observation notes, rating sheet, and enter observer agreement form. So, mo ni siya ang actual observation. Ala ka, gamay siya. Isa, ipadako na ko. Okay. So, this is the form for the actual observation protocols. The observation notes form is the only form to be brought and completed during the actual observation. Kanira gid among gamiton. Record comments and observation on the teacher's performance. Okay. Diha na mo from the very start up to the end. Observation must be done with actual learners. So, ganina, nangutana nga, sir, nakadungog ko. Pwede na ba nga maghatag lang mi o pre-recorded? No. Stipulated in DepEd Order number 7, series of 2023, you will be using actual learners. Klaro kayo, no? So, duration, ako nang ibalik sa explanation. Duration, 45 minutes to 1 hour is highly recommended. However, if this will be difficult due to the number of applicants or the availability of students and raters observers, a minimum of 15 minutes observation. Now, balik ko sa number 5 kay kuang kaayo ni. Mangutana mo, ma'am. Man lugar mi mo adto. Okay. This will be the flow. And yesterday we had our orientation. So, if ever after assessing all your documents and you are one of those applicants who will be undergoing observation, you will be informed that, for example, once you applied in South District, so you will go if you are teaching in STEM, no, sample science or in mathematics for senior high school, you will go directly or you will be informed to go to that particular school and go to the principal and ask for the competency on that particular day on your observation day. Kana nga competencies will be the competences to be taught by the teacher on that particular day. So mauna ang imong buhatan og DLP. And you will be using that students on that particular time. Gets? Oh, unya na ta mag-ask sa question. Actual learners, mangayo taog competency sa teacher nga imo ang imong ihatag imong observation ana nga particular subject. Okay, sige. Avoid engaging in any discussion with co-observers. Kami. So kung tulumi, observers are encouraged to sit apart. Di mi mag-abay. And we will be avoiding discouraging facial expression. So, di dahil may maghinunghunga nga, agoy, wala man naka-carry sa smart. Wala may, no. It should be a no-no for the observers. Okay. How many observation are recommended per day? So, sa amo na ni nga part, no? If there are multiple observations within the day, it is recommended that an observer undertakes no more than 3 observation per day. Pero kung kaya pag yun, depende na sa power na mo, no? Kaya with this number of applicants, kung tulo basin mga buta o ganus apa, no? Okay. Post-observation protocols sa among apa. Thank the teacher and leave the room immediately after the observation. Note, do not discuss observation with fellow observers in the presence of the teacher applicant. Accomplish the rating sheets individually. O, kami ra gina, wala ingon nga mag-share me. Okay, rate the teacher using the COT RSP rubric. Take note that the applicants for iPad has a different set of indicators. I already presented this one. Naalay gamay nga tweak on the indicator, no? Okay. So mora gyapon. Elementary, the subject specialist will rate indicator 1. O katong mga major. Elementary teachers are generalists. Therefore, all observers are expected to rate indicator 1. Sige. So this is the post-observation protocols. Discuss the individual rating with fellow observers. Decide the final rating. So, kani siya, katong enter observer agreement form, ni among gamiton, kato bitang 30 points ninyo, no? Mani siya nga forma. Kato akong na-mention, second form. Okay. The final rating is not an average. Muta akong gingon, dili mi mag-average, but the final rating must be based on reason and consensual judgment. So, amo gyapon nang ibalik og rate mo out sa amo ang discussion, no? So, we will use the enter observer agreement form. Kato ng pinakatulo, no? Sige. Can classroom observation be done remotely? O, nakadungog yapon ko kaganisaan na nga, pwede ra ba nga mag-remote, no? Dito na lang ni sa online. O, naade ang tubag. In the event when face-to-face classroom observation is not feasible, a remote or online observation may be conducted provided it is done with actual learners gihapon. So, gihapon mo balik gihapon ta. So, for you to decide, face-to-face or remote or online, kay actual learners mangyapon ang atong gamiton. Sige. So, reminders for teacher applicants, review the COT RSP rubric. Plan the lesson plan based on the identified indicators. Provide the observers with the DLP. Deliver the lesson. So, take note of that. So, mao ni siya ang this is the indicators, no? To be used during the COT RSP. Ano siya? Okay. We'll go to the TRF administration protocols and procedures. So the same process, no, na designation for the subcommittee, the same with the observable indicators. Must be administered on the spot, no? Durations again 45 minutes to 1 hour. We will be designating location, preferably a room for teacher applicants to answer the TRF. Okay. So, there will be a assigned proctor to give instruction during the process in answering the TRF. Okay. TRF evaluators must assess the applicant's responses based on the TRF rubric na siya. Focus on application, demonstration, and knowledge of the indicator as reflected in the narrative or responses, and focus on content not on quantity of narrative. So, take note ha, dili ni patag-asay sa answer. Long answers do not necessarily merit an exemplary rating. Kay, basin kuan, taas kayo apan way sud, no? Use the portion comments from the evaluators to write down statements that support the given rating. Okay. Next. Wala ka. Naghang siya, sir. Hello?
Doc Jane, just give it a little bit of 2 to 3 seconds. It will come back.
Okay.
Doc Jean, once while we're waiting for your presentation, please kindly elaborate because there are two questions here that were asked while you were discussing the milks, and one of them asked that are they the one to choose the topic for the demo, or and another one is yung paggawa ng DLP based on competencies sa ato kunin yung topic po. So, could you elaborate once again
Okay,
regarding the selection of
sige. I have here the question. Question number 1, are we the one to choose our topic? So, as I've mentioned, dili mo mag-choose sa topic. As I've said, once you will be assigned in a certain school, in a certain district, that school, for example, Bulwa Central School. So, maadto ka sa teacher, na dito, ask, pero ayaw ka bala kag kinsa nga teacher, ma'am, kami gihapon mag-assign, ana. You ask for the particular topic on that particular day that you will be demonstrating. Gets? So, kung mag-demonstrate ka po sa June 15, kanang June 15 nga lesson ana maoy imong i-demonstrate. O pananglitan English. O unsa nga topic ana? O maybe 5 of the macro skills focusing on viewing nga topic kana mauna nga competencies. Okay, nasabtan ba ko? O makigling ta sa teacher ana. Kay lisod man og magbuot-buot ta og topic unya ang estudyante nawala sila, wala may continuity sa previous nga lesson ug karon nga lesson nga imong i-demo, di ba? Okay, kana siya. Kay you will be using estudyante, learners who will provide the rating sheets. Ayaw na kabala ka, kami na ayaw na pagdala sa rating sheets. Kami na ang mag-produce ani based from DepEd order number 7, series of 2023. If applied to 2 position, SPED TL, do I have to do teaching? If nag-apply siya 2 position, SPED TLE, do I have? Ma'am, choose one. Choose one kay amo ra man gyapon nang tan-awon kung asa ka didto, no? But kung naapay time di, mangita ka kay SPED ra ba ni, you will be using SPED learners and TLE learners. Okay. Do we need PowerPoints? Do we need PowerPoints during demo? As I've said, na-added to one of the criteria na ang ingon dito nga different, wide range of strategies. Wide range of pedagogies and strategies. Kanang mga igsuon, ani lang sa ko ha, I will not entertain question kay murag madu alaka, di man gyapon siya mo. Stop sharing sa ta. Sige. Unsa pa to? Nana ko sa gamay na lang manido Ryan, Sir Ryan. Ato nga question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think siguro ma'am, if they're going to have their PowerPoint, they're going to bring their own projector.
Yeah. Oo. Okay na siya. Adjust lang ha. I was informed by our ASDS that we will entertain questions right after all the presentation. Gamay na lang, 79 na yun, no? Gamay na lang. Can TRF be administered remotely or online? In the event when face-to-face TRF administration is not feasible, the TRF may be administered online or through other platforms. Pwede di ay siya, no? Various online platforms of options are laid down in the guidelines. Nakagya po yung mga guidelines. No? So, next is Registry of Qualified Applicants. So, muna ni siya. Katong na-mention ako sa una 70, this time, pila na to? 50. No? Mabutang ka kung imog yung ma-reach ang points ani to make you one of the registered RQA, Registry of Qualified Applicants. Considering morning uban we advise kung asa ka nagpuyo na nadaan ang localization law, dahil imong merit and fitness na review na ganina sa previous nga mga discussants, as well as the relevant law or national policies. Other reminders. The HRM-PSB may establish subcommittees to assist. O, nanana siya. Munan mi. Example, on the classroom observation and TRF assessment. Katong composition sa mga master teachers, PSDS, APS, school heads, no? So the release of RQA must be done in a timely manner to ensure adequate teacher workforce throughout the school year. So you will be informed. Nana, you can visit our website if you are one of those applicants who are now in the RQA. So, mao na atong teacher hiring process. O, ana baka mo dapit ani. Receipt of application, assumption. So, murag naa na ta sa processing of papers, then orientation and boarding. Asa pa ba? Wala pa di ay ta. Naapa ta sa release of IER. Naapa gid mi sa initial evaluation. Mag-release dahil mig IER katong grupo dahil na-identify comparative. So in other words, naapata sa 1, 2. We are now in the initial evaluation of your documents. Sige lang. So we hope that you will be in this assumption, the later part of the process. No? Mingon na ko, welcome to Cagayan de Oro Division, welcome to DepEd, Division of Cagayan de Oro. Puhon, no? Sige. Okay, that's it, my presentation.